Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today is Wednesday, September 7th. On the 10th, we're going to be doing the hide and seek event. Make sure you guys join my Discord for that. Who we all got in the chat? We got, hey Lightning, welcome in. We got Doom himself saying, hi. Do you need anything? If you could do a poll, just to be interactive with the viewers. Or like when I start my streams, if you could do like my social links in chat. I don't know if you know how to do like the images Doom on screen, but like see my list of different links. I would like to also add my TikTok one, but I don't know how to do this whole anime thing. Who else got here? We got Ratatata. Welcome in. Great to see you. We also got Bill the Master. First time chatter. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit that follow button. It's just a heart underneath the stream. We'll get some lovely emotes to use. I didn't stream this Sunday, so I did miss out on playing with my supporters. If you're a Twitch sub of mine or a Patreon, I was gone with to a family event. Hopefully I'll see you guys this upcoming Sunday. We also got Tony B's here. He says, I'm alive. Great to see you. Good to know you're alive. We got Clackety Duck. Hey Reddish. Oh, Sparky's here. Sparky's asking how the fern farm will work. That's something we'll discuss once we get going. Call you Duck? Okay. Alrighty. As we get the stream going, make sure you guys are following my other social links there on screen. Also links in the chat. Doom, did you hear what I said earlier? Also, I'll hop into the Discord. Voice call. There, if you guys want to listen to me, got a delay. I'm over there. Oh, you didn't hear me, Doom? Okay. I said I would like to have my stream moderators do polls during this intro time before I start my stream. So if you could do polls, you don't need to like ask me, you can just do a poll of your choice. Also, if you would be able to help me update, see like on screen I'm missing my TikTok link. If you know how to do this, or if you know someone that does know how to do that, I can add the TikTok link onto that thing. Like an animated I think it's like a loop that plays. Those are things I would like to do. Reddish has snagged another month of Prime for that sub. Thanks so much, Reddish. I don't know if it'll pop up on screen. Hopefully it will. I really appreciate using your Prime here. I got 3 months worth. That's 1/4 of a year. Pretty cool. Pytron, welcome in. So, let me get the info command, because last few streams I did forget to update the info command. I don't think a lot of people use it though, so maybe I should think of a new thing. Maybe the title I should just put the word info, exclamation mark info. But today, doing tutorial on building my easy AFK fern farm. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should just do like info in the command? Because like infotest is like 2 words and it's kind of hard to read. Hey, Dark Shadow. Guys, not sure which ones I have left to do. You can always check the farm everything document. Those are some cool emotes. Now, if you click on the emotes, does it say who made them? Oh yeah, it does right there. Okay, so SimGamer did verify those. Yeah, if you guys ever make me emotes, your name will come up. Actually, Sim will, that means Sim needs the artist badge. So if someone sees them, maybe let them know that you can get the artist badge. If it reminds me. Hey, Remith, or Rem the Null? Or is it Rem then oil? Or is it Re? I can never get names that are compounds. Yeah, guys, don't forget to, this entire month of September is SUBtember for Twitch, meaning that you guys get a discount if you sub to me. You actually can subscribe and it'll cost you less, but I get the full amount, which is amazing. So Twitch is offering that for you guys. It's a great way to show support to streamers. Thanks everybody who's been subscribing. We did lose a whole bunch of gifted subs that we got last month, so we're still trying to go back and hit the goal of 250 subs. We're currently sitting at 80, so hopefully we can slowly make our way back up there. That's just how it goes when a bunch of gifted subs are given out, then they all drop off the next month. What do you get? So as a subscriber, you can check that out by doing !sub. And if someone wants to do that command, you get a whole bunch of different perks as a subscriber of mine. Because I want to do !sub, please. Hey, Sorrow. Thanks for the command, guys. I did get a new cord for my controller, so hopefully it doesn't fall out during the stream. As I get the stream going, make sure you guys are subscribed to me over on YouTube. While they're at it, have that bell notification turned on. Doesn't cost you anything.
Ray, can you attribute the smiling emote I made?
I did not hear you. Did not understand you.
Oh, the smiling emote I made. Can you attribute it?
Oh, the smiling one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you got a voice changer on? It's really hard to hear you. Okay, can you just send me a message? So I'll do that after the stream. Doom, can you also message Sam Gamer and let him know that he can get the artist badge? I guess I have to do it, but it'd be good if he would remind me. Okay. So as I start the stream, make sure you guys also, like I said, have the bell notification turned on my YouTube. That way you get informed about different polls I do over there, streams, and videos. Announce it all through my community announcements on YouTube. Also join my Discord. I am the Discord voice call. There's tons of things you can do on over there. Plus, if you help out by joining, you get us a bit closer to reaching the goal of 7,000 members, which is what we need in order to get some new perks. So thanks everybody who's joined our Discord and helped us with that. You guys can also show off your guys' own progress with images or videos and much more over there, including need help for anything Minecraft related. I also have a Twitter. I don't know if you guys seen the weird. I was gluing some cupboards or drawers last night, and I kind of ran into a problem. But I posted the solution on Twitter, so you guys want to see some in real life photos of mine, do post them on over there, as well as let you guys know about streams and videos I got going on, as well as the event. Should probably post another link, letting people know about the hide and seek event. I also like talking with other Minecrafters over Twitter, see what everybody else is up to, and being able to help out fellow content creators. I have a Reddit where I post my different contraptions and machines, so I can help out more people do automation in the world. So it's not so scary for them. So today's stream is... title is how to make a easy fern farm. If you guys would like to help me out financially, Patreon is one way. If you become a Patreon of mine, I offer similar perks as being a Twitch sub, but it's a bit cheaper for you, including access to my sub server, which we're doing Raise Grid on. Hope you guys enjoyed that last episode of Raise Grid, or went out to try to get to the most useful block in Raise Grid. Oh, there's a poll going on. Will you join the event? Yes or no? This is referring to the hide and seek event, which we're doing this Saturday. Make sure to save that date. Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on a custom map that Doom made. And even if you get found, you can then help try to find the last people. Everybody can participate in it. Okay, I think we're ready to start the stream up. Okay, yeah, that one looks good. You guys don't know, I am trying to save up money for TwitchCon, which comes next month at San Diego. I will be there, but it does cost quite a bit for me to travel there. So I am trying to take donations. Anybody who is willing enough to do that, that is through my PayPal. And you can see the current progress at the top of the screen. Hopefully in the future, if this goes well, I can be able to do more of these get-togethers, because this will be the first one I went to. And typically I don't go to them because they're just expensive to go to. But maybe if I have support from my community, I might actually go to more in the future. Okay, so I sent the notification out on Twitter. And also sent it out onto my community page for if there are subscribed to my YouTube. Also have that bell notification turned on. Nice, looks like it's working as well. Alright, let me make sure to reset the labels. Perfect. I think we're ready to get going. Let me see anything else in chat. Oh, got some more people to join. Thanks for the drink up, Beast. Pydro says better to do just info. Okay, maybe I will do that in the future. Just do the info command, just for the title. I may actually do it right now. That way I don't forget in the future. Edit the stream and change the title. I really don't see many people use the info test command. Tags. What are tags for? Ad tags help viewers find, share more about your stream. Searching for streamers like you. I have no clue. I'm just gonna put Minecraft. Oh, why does my bitrate look so large? Huh. But yeah, I think we're ready to get this stream going. Let me just finish reading everybody's messages. Yeah, I'm appreciative everybody reminds me to take a drink because my throat does go pretty quickly. Oh, Doom, you can do announcements? I didn't know that was a thing. Announcement. New poll. That's pretty cool. Hey, Sunny. Welcome in. We also got Rabbit. Cyber's here as well. First time viewers or chatters. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button. So you guys count as a follower. Hey, Binky. The document for all items or all farms is in my Discord under links if you can't find it here. I am from United States. But United States is really big, so for me to actually travel to these events, it's like traveling thousands of miles. Okay, let me just pause that. It'll help my bit rate. Ask if there's a difference between the farm and different biomes. Yeah, we'll talk about that today. Okay, I think I got caught up with the string welcome in 0. Let me go ahead and drop that. And for some reason my controller did not pop up.
Do you need anything?
Okay, to answer your question, Doom, just the things I mentioned earlier. Maybe you want to write them down, but I don't have to repeat myself. Oh, okay, that really helped my bitrate. I think it did. No, it just makes it look better. Okay. Maybe it did help it. I'm not sure. Alrighty, but yeah, for some reason my foot controller is not showing up. Not connected. Oh. Sometimes it thinks it's not connected. Luckily, you just unplug it and replug it in. That works. Link about the controller doesn't work. Yeah, it's because their web page doesn't work for some reason. I tried getting in contact with them since I'm an affiliate with them, but it's like their company just doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Hopefully everybody's doing fine this Wednesday. We didn't get a new snapshot today, but that's okay. I got a lot of things that I want to do. I have a lot of big ideas, as you guys know. Never get bored of Minecraft. My actual goal is to get bored of life, but I don't get bored of Minecraft, let alone life. So this is the fern farm that we created using the new mud, the 1.19. It's really simple. And I'd like to do a tutorial on it. So as we do the tutorial. Hey, Rick! Rick coming in with 10 biddies saying, hello, Ray. This is your daily dose of bits. Thanks so much. Getting us started. Our goal for the stream is to reach 999 bits, and Rick came in with 10 biddies, getting our way up to there. You watch any animation shows? No, I don't really watch TV or TV shows. I tend to watch movies. If it's a good one. A lot of times I'll do research before I watch something, because it does feel like there's a lot of time to dedicate. Yeah, hey nobody, welcome in. You can see the farm isn't big at all, it's quite small. So the first question people ask is, like somebody asked earlier in the stream, is why can't we just use a taiga? Let me go. You go into this world? Maybe I should go into my single player world. What I need to do is we just need a normal world. Mob head copy. There's my Discord if you guys haven't already joined it. Click that link right there. Okay. Do spawn point, everyone here. Set world spawn point here as well. So now let's locate taiga. So people always say, why don't I go to a biome? Let's see. Weather clear. So ferns appear in. Let me go a little further. Get away from these mobs. Frames are a little bit low. If I pull up the Wikipedia. And look for fern. Hey Sim. Yeah, Sim, you can actually get the editors. No, the artist badge here on Twitch. Pretty cool to come out with those. Okay. So, natural generation. So, first naturally occur inside of jungles, taigas, snowy taigas, and old growth taigas. And also in village houses. I think they mean that as an item. Good time to mention that as well. Yeah, you can see the ferns here. So the question was, why don't you just bone mill it and get some ferns to spawn in? But as you can see, you don't actually get ferns in bone milling. So that's the first thing I want to record. Make sure my settings are correct. Might as well turn clouds on. Why is that when I turn clouds on, they don't pop up? Oh, maybe I have a different setting that turns them off. What would be the other thing that would turn off the clouds? Maybe it's one of the data packs I have. Do you know, Doom, if one of the data packs also removes clouds? Hey Jetto, check the title if you want to know what's going on. The farm list is under links in my Discord. Yeah, can you send me a message? Send me on Discord. After the stream, I'll give you that badge. Data pack can remove clouds? I'm not sure. I just know that I do have a data pack that's on. And I wonder, maybe that's why I don't have clouds showing? Like, what else would stop clouds from showing? So let me record this. So do the recording. I think I'm going to try to record without the music. There's supposed to be a way where you can record without recording the music that you're playing. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Like you could play music on Twitch, but it actually doesn't record. Because the only thing I really need to record is my in-game noise. Might be something I have to figure out in the future. Meanwhile, I'll just turn off the music when I'm recording. Nobody knows how that works. Maybe message me on Discord. Oh, it's possible to have music playing but not get picked up by your recording device. Hey Vision Dragon, welcome in Leah. Also we got Alfie here. Don't have Optifine on. Binky says it can use data pack to change cloud's behavior. Alrighty. Let's see if recording works. Might have to. Let me latch my door because I think the wind's gonna bump it. I think we're ready. So let's record this first part. Let's see how that goes. Might have to run some AC in my room after a bit. It's gonna get really warm. chair is still kind of squeaky. Okay, so my foot controller is working. Hand controller is working. Let me pause music. Let's try recording this. Unlike most vegetation, which can spawn up when you just bone mill the ground, when it comes to ferns, notice they don't actually appear even in taiga biomes when you do this. Okay, so I got that part recorded. But you can, let's read the Wikipedia again. But you can find ferns naturally inside of jungles, taigas, snowy taigas, as well as old growth taiga. And then what I do is just record a bit in each taiga. So this is the normal taiga. And then we go find snowy taiga. Oh, what the heck? Oh. Music wasn't working. This is a really strange looking snowy taiga. Oh, the switches to Grove. Actually kind of interesting location. Huh. Changes to a few different biomes. Hey! IQBE is here. Just have fun with the stream. Thank you. Thanks for helping. Well, Citadel says you need raise skulk farm. Oh, you haven't built in your world yet? This is snowy taiga. And then let's go to the old growth. Actually, what is this over here? Oh no, it's something else. Old growth. We all need them.
Okay, it was fun. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
See you, Doom. This is the, oh, it's a little bit laggy. Okay, so that's old growth. Let's go to jungle. Maybe we can lower down a render distance. now we try to find a fern that's inside of a jungle, which we found some right here. And was that all the biomes? Yep, okay. Cool. And what was the tall ones? Tall ones can be found in just normal taiga. Okay, so let's go back to the normal taiga. Okay, so now I'm trying to think of how to talk about the next part in the video. So, the first I explained you can't get the ferns from just bone milling grass in a taiga biome. I also mentioned the different biomes where you can find your fern, where you can find ferns. I said, okay, you can't just bone mill them, but you can find them. I think I said you can find them naturally in these biomes. But I also want to mention you can get the tall ones. Not only see these big ones here, but also get the items from the jungle or the villages. I think I'm gonna say you can't get more of them. But you can come in and collect the naturally spawned ones with the shears, being survival. Naturally generated ones with shears. Whoa! Leah coming in, gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. And it went out to Sit on Sky. Make sure to thank Leah for that lovely gifted sub. Thanks so much. I really appreciate anybody coming in with gifted subs to the community. You got us a bit closer to the goal of 250 subs. We're currently sitting at now 82. With your gift sub, you get access to all the goodies. You can check them all out there. That link in chat. I should go over everything. It looks like my bot maybe posted it twice. Okay, maybe that's with my problem with my bot. Leah says, how do you make a fern farm? That's what we're going to get into today. Stay tuned. Large also in the chest loot. Yeah, that's something I want to mention in the video. It is one of the rarest items in the game. I'm just trying to think how to word that so it like kind of goes smoothly, like my video transitions smoothly between the different topics. So let me do this next part. Turn off the music, I'll record this part. You can use a shears on the naturally generated ferns in order to get them as an item. You can also find the tall ferns. You can also find the large ferns here in the taiga, but when you use shears on them, they're not going to drop the tall fern item, but instead you'll get just 2 normal ferns. Then this is a good transition for me to go, but if you do want to get the, did I say tall? I'm supposed to say large. I guess I can come back and put the different audio in there. Okay, I remember to say large. The grass is called tall, but the ferns are called large. Kind of confusing. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the music back on. If I know what music I'm playing, check the description. Okay. So now I want to find a village. Well, I don't actually have to find one. I can just... Yeah, I need to find a village and then show that you could get the large ferns. They're called large ferns and the grass is called tall grass. They're in taiga houses. 20% chance inside of the taiga house. Oh, yeah, taiga house. I don't know which one is the taiga house. Or is that all the different houses? Is that a specific one? I think it's just a normal house. Fern. What? Wait. Where's the page about loot chest? Loot. Show. Okay. Fern. Taiga house. 18% chance. Okay, well, let's go find a village. Locate. Structure. Village. Taiga. So you can actually search for specific villages now. It's kind of cool. No, it says taiga biome random. It's also random what chest, if any, has its 18% chance. Yeah, did I say 8%? But 18. Well, I guess we could just check a few chests. 18's not too bad. It's like 1 in 5. Dude, this looks kind of scary. House is built like on a volcano. I'm not a speedrunner, so I don't even know which houses give chests, which ones don't. This is usually how I look for chests. I go underneath the houses and look up. Yeah, maybe that's not a good way to look for chests. Is it? There's a... No, it's not fern, it's a sapling. Okay, the village splits. Half goes this way. Oh, there's a large one. Why the heck is the large one shorter than the... It's shorter than the normal fern in the image there. Okay. This is perfect. We actually found one. I didn't have to place it in there and pretend I found it. Okay. Let's record this. But you can have a 18% chance of actually finding the large fern item inside of a taiga village. This is the only way you can actually obtain it as an item in survival. You can also find the normal ferns here. But it's definitely not worth getting one of these ferns and placing it down, as you can actually get this exact same thing just by placing down a small fern and then just bone milling it, turning it to a tall one, turning it into a large one. Okay, that's really good. That way, it kind of brings it back, kind of loops the story back around to talking about what I initially want to talk about, which is the small ones. So I talked about the big ones, how I got them, and then I also brought it back around to talking about the little ones. So now I can go back to where my farm is, or I'm in this world. But I can do the tutorial. Should I do a tutorial? No, I don't know. Let's just go back to the world. IQBE has reached 20 hours. I think I turned on the opting. Yeah. Let me know if any of you guys have problems getting onto the testing server and using the different commands and stuff. But make sure you read the information there. No, so now mention if you place it, it won't be able to have it back. I guess I didn't mention you wouldn't be able to get it back. But I kind of mentioned it earlier, saying that if you do break it down. I think I kind of covered that already. What are points used for? All sorts of things. 40 points, you can click the little pumpkin emote underneath the stream for information. Or for ray points, you can click on the screen. And there'll be a little overlay. Okay. So this is the fern farm. So we're kind of giving like a little intro on why the farm is kind of built the way it is. So I think that's what I want to kind of do for the future. Kind of do like a tutorial, but also explanation, but also like a story. It'll be really tough. It's going to make it a lot harder for me to make videos about the different creations, machines I come up with. But I think it's going to be more interesting for people to watch, not just people that are really into like Redstone or technical Minecraft, or just enjoy my channel. So maybe I should kind of build it in a survival world, because then I could kind of explain different parts. Let's try it. I always like trying new things, so. Got chest. I should grab a normal chest. What else we need? Okay, so now if I do, if you guys remember, like a month ago or so, I opened this row up on my save toolbars. This is what's used for. If I do C9, so I can save this into the 9th slot, and then I can leave this world. I can join a different world, and I'll be able to pull up exactly what I want. Now, if I do, I have to be in creative to do this. Let's try it out. Do have save. So I do X9. X9. There. See how I can immediately pull up everything that I had in my inventory? Okay, so let's do, might as well do a tutorial here. So it's gonna be like this, and the water's gonna be there. So now I need to kind of loop back around and talk about how we're actually going to farm them, because I guess I didn't really mention that. Okay, I guess I kind of filled my inventory up a little bit too soon. F. So how do I mention this next part? So I want to say, well, this will be how this is how we get more ferns. We're going to take a little one and we're going to bone mill it and break it down. Let me put more in my offhand. One survival. So I'm going to say, take a little one, we bone mill it, and we break it down. Let me not put so much in my offhand so we can see it actually increasing. I think I'm ready to record. So this is how we're going to farm them up. We're first going to place down the little fern, then we're going to bone mill it to a big one, then we're going to break it down, turning one into two. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. What do I do next now? I want to kind of like introduce the actual building process. So I want to kind of base it around the fern. The way I have to kind of build it is it's going to have to be, because I'm going to be basing the whole tutorial around the fern, the first thing I have to do is place down the fern, but in order to place that down, I have to place down the mud. So I have to explain why we're using mud and not just dirt or something. What use is it for the fern? Decoration. Yeah, I guess I could also mention that in the video. That's a good point. That's why I like to stream me doing this, so then you guys can mention things like common questions people would ask, like, why would you even want a fern? I guess ferns are just small, big, and flower pot. Is that the three different types? Can you actually plant two ferns on top of each other? No. Okay. Make sure to mention that it's part of your goal to farm everything. Thank you, IQBE. I might do that. Like I said, the way I record my videos, I don't record them in the order which you see them. So a lot of times I will, what I'll do is I'll record all the easy stuff first, and then I'll come back and do like the harder stuff. I like to try to record the majority of the video in the first go. Just try to get as much of it done and completed as possible. Let me turn my AC on. Alright, you might hear the fan a bit in the background. I'll turn it off before I record, along with the music. Okay, so let me write those down so I don't forget those. I'll probably record them after this. Like I said, I like to record the majority of the tutorial part first. So fern uses large, small, hot, and then also farm everything. Quest. I like the word quest. Quest to farm everything. I think that sounds better than goal to farm everything. Quest to farm everything. I don't always use the AC. Fans on the lowest, by the way. Cheese said, what's the base mechanics behind this farm? That's what we'll go over during the stream. Stay tuned. That says, originally, we would place the fern on grass or dirt. And now we can use mud. Hoppers as I think he wrote shuck it up, or shuck it in. I mean suck it in. But yeah, that's exactly kind of how I have to do it. Kind of think about what I want to say and then record it. Yeah, the chronological thing I noticed while editing. Oh yeah, yeah. IQBE helped me edit one of my shorts videos, and yeah, the way I record is really strange. I take big pauses and that kind of thing in not chronicle order. Yeah. I guess I didn't bother to mention that. I got also mention. I kind of want to mention that you can also use the hoe. Because you can use a hoe and you can place ferns on top of it. Do you think we should have a piston? Apparently I'm not using a piston to break it off. Oh yeah, piston you can't, oh yeah, can't use a piston to break it off because you need to use your shears. I was thinking of the other crop farm we made, the bamboo one, we have a piston. This also works. So I wanted to talk about, first I'm probably going to start out with saying like, you know, put a fern. We start with a fern. And then we want to pick up the item underneath. So we use farmland, and then we can put a hopper underneath. But yeah, the farmland does turn back to soil if you don't have water. The advantage of using mud is that you don't need a hopper cart inside of the dirt block, or you don't have to have farmland. I'm just trying to think how to transition the talk between different things. So put this over here. So I'll start like this. Just trying to think if I build it, I'm gonna have to build some stuff underneath. So I might want to have some of it exposed like this. And I talk about, okay, replace the fern. There's a fern on top of it. Let me move this into our hotbar. And then talk about when you break it off, the items fall down. We like to pick them up, and then I can talk about the hopper and the chest, which we use to pick up the items. And then I can go back to talking about that's why we're using mud. Or talk about how ferns, you only place ferns onto grassed, what do I want to call them? Dirt blocks? Yeah, I think. And soul soil is not dirt blocks. But farmland is, right? Must be. No, just called farmland. Oh, I don't know what the criteria is for. You can't place on that. I'm gonna say dirt-like blocks. Yeah, I think it works for most dirt-like blocks. Something like it may grow on dirt, grass, farmland, etc., but mud would be a way to make a farm, then transition to the building. Yeah, I'm gonna go in a little more detail than what you're doing. Okay, so let me turn off the music. Up. Yeah, just make sure my audio is still working. Okay, turn off my AC. Turn off the music. Have to be in survival for the shears to work. Turn recording on. So to make our farm, we'll need to have the fern placed down. This can only be done on dirt-like blocks. And once we have a bone mill and we shear it, notice that the items do fall downwards, and we'll want to have them be collected automatically. So we're going to come in here with a chest. And we're going to try to pick up any items using this hopper. But there's a problem. You can see that any items that actually land on top of this dirt is not going to get picked up by the hopper. We can resolve this by placing down some farmland there by hoeing it. Now it's slightly shorter and I will pick up the items. But we can use... But with the new 1.19 mud, it's actually much easier to do this. We don't have to worry about the farmland converting. Mud is actually considered a dirt-like block, and it is also short so that any items that land on top will get automatically picked up. This saves us from having to put a hopper minecart inside of the dirt. Now we are ready for the next part of the farm. We don't want to be manually bone milling this as a player. We want to do this with automation. That's where we're going to have a dispenser point into where the lower fern is going to be. Oh, I didn't turn my music off. Thought I clicked on it, but it's not worked. Now if we come into this dispenser, place in some bone meal, and actually power this, you can see it automatically turn it into the big one. You can see it automatically turns it into a large one. So as a player, we'll have to still break this down using shears. As if we break it just with pistons, we won't get the items. But we run into another problem. That is when we break down the big. But we run into a problem. That is when we break down the large fern. Not only does it break the top piece, but it also automatically breaks the lower one. So now we need to find a way to place in the small fern every time we harvest it. Okay. I think that's a pretty good start. So maybe I should show. Maybe I should put in like the automation part of it. I'm trying to think how this actually goes. This bone mill is that we're gonna have 2 observers here with the on and off switch underneath. Player's gonna be over here bouncing in the water. Over here is a hopper. No. Oh, over here we want the hopper. Okay. Okay, so I think I want to put in, maybe put the power source in. That way I'm done talking about that. So it's gonna be just piston, observers, and then I guess a lever. So I guess I could have the player bouncing here. It doesn't really matter where the player is bouncing. Ooh, actually, does it matter? Maybe it does. Let's hop another world and just double check this. Master says, can you say happy birthday to your friend Asher? Happy birthday. What's noise? It's my AC. Okay, so currently the player is over here bouncing. And then I'm aiming barely on this. What I want to do is I want to bounce on this side and then aim over here. So instead of bouncing here, I guess I would just be bouncing a little bit closer to it. Technically I'm further from it. Oh, yeah, this should work. That should work. Well, yeah. Yeah.
AC, you say? Sounds a bit more like AC/DC sign of the horns.
Hey Goofy, thank you so much for coming in with 21 months worth of sub. Holy muggers. That's almost 2 years worth of sub. Really appreciate all the supports there, Goofy. AC, you say? Sounds a bit more like AC/DC. Does it really sound that weird? Funny thing is, like, I turn the fan on low, but then as soon as I turn it off and turn it back on again, it decides to change it.
AC, you say? Sounds a bit more like AC/DC sign of the horns.
Oh yeah, my bot likes to repeat itself. Okay, yeah. I turn it back to low again for the fan noise. Thank you, Goofy. Helps us get closer to our sub goal. I think we are currently at 82 subs, and we're trying to reach 250. So thanks everybody's using subs or using Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime. If you know someone that does have it, you could use them each and every month, but it has to be done manually. But it's like a free way to get all the cool benefits that I offer, which you can check out there in chat. It's like giving away free money, which I really appreciate because I do need help paying for TwitchCon, which is coming up in 1 month. We'll be going to San Diego TwitchCon. Currently going to cost me $1,300 or $1,100 and no, I can hardly read it. It says $1,380. That's what it currently cost for going to TwitchCon, including travel and hotels. Yeah, there is farmland here and bubbles. Yeah, farmland would work. It's just a little bit annoying. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. In my tutorial, I already put the chest a different direction. Put the chest off this direction. I guess it could work, yeah. I think it'll work. The farmland does not change. Even when you bounce up and down on it, it doesn't change. It doesn't like break or whatever. Okay, so I put the bubble columns here on this side, and then no, yeah, bubble column on this side, and then the chest on that side. That should work. Can still bounce, just not as far as the other one. Just slightly not as far. Yeah, I showed update expression still works in 1.19 in the video things to do before updating to 1.19. Try Shift Alt F3 or F4. No. Simpson's going to bed. I'm crazy tired. I'll send you a message about the creator badge tomorrow. Oh, just send me it right now, otherwise I'll forget. Send it on Discord. Thank Manic for the drink up redemption. Yeah, I'll show you what if you do Alt F3, actually this pops up, which is kinda cool. This shows your frames. You can see that you get better frames looking at the sky compared to looking at the ground. Okay. So let me record next part. I think I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put the power source in. So let's turn off AC. Make sure the music actually turns off this time. Oh yeah, it doesn't turn off when I click the first time. I'm really going through my water, but I do got some extra. Okay, let's record this. But we don't want to be manually bone milling. But we don't want to be manually flicking this lever here. So let's go ahead and automate this part first. What we're going to do is have an observer clock here. So one observer that's pointing upwards into this dispenser here. Then we're going to come in and place another observer pointing downwards. This is going to create a clock that's constantly bone milling the fern in front, but it's not wasting bone meal. Now we can have an on and off switch for this clock as well. Now we can have an on and off switch for this clock. We just do that by having a piston like so, that's sticky, and a lever right here. And once you click that off, you can turn off the contraption. Okay, so let's record the next part, which is so I want to say, so I already mentioned the part we don't want to constant, or we have to automatically plant it ourselves. I'm trying to think how to do this next part. So since we can't automatically plant ferns, and we can't automatically break them and get the items, these two actions have to be done by the player. Luckily in Java Edition, we have the offhand that works for any item. We can put the ferns over there. Now when we right click, it's going to place a fern, and the machine's automatically going to bone mill it up. And if we hold the shears in our right hand, we can also use the left click to break down those ferns into items. Now if we hold down both, so we can switch between both of these and we can farm up ferns. But this is still not AFK because you have to be manually pushing these two buttons on your mouse. Let's use the trick that I showed where you hold both right click and left click to both plant and harvest. So if we do this, you can see it first works But then all of a sudden the player starts breaking the dirt. But then all of a sudden the player starts breaking the mud which is underneath. We need something to place the fern up against, such as like this dispenser. We need to place the fern up against something that we won't break very fast, unlike this mud. So if we place up against this dispenser, we're less likely to break it down. Okay, stop recording. Turn the AC back on again. Second problem is to plant the fern. Yeah, so it's kind of like a double problem. It's planting the fern and harvesting it. I don't really think I could talk about one without talking about the other. So now I have to kind of explain why I use the trapdoor. I don't think I really need the trapdoor, but like if I just put a different block here. Oh, this off? So I don't really need the trapdoor there. But I do need a block that can't really be broken too easily. So I don't need a trapdoor. What I need is has to be a block that I don't easily break. So wouldn't it be glass? Something else, maybe stone. If items land on top of it, we don't want items to land on top of it, or if they do land on top of it, we want them to be able to get picked up underneath. something like something I can't also click on. It doesn't give us too many options. I mean, something I can't open up, like a ender chest. The like other option is an item that I don't, or the no items land on top. Because if I don't items land on top, what I would do is like you fill it in, right? Well, now it doesn't work. Because now I'm either breaking this block or this block. It doesn't reset it. So I need to actually be pointing at air. So I point at air, I put like a chest in there, but then now items can technically land on top of that. Oh, but I guess I can pick them up. Okay, that should work, I guess. I wouldn't technically need that, because I should be able to pick those up. Hopefully, let's see how bad it is. If items do land there, they eventually do get picked up, right? They're kind of piling up. It looks like they're I mean, they're okay, I guess the question is, like, how many are there? Let's open up one inventory room. There was 29 of them there. I think they would spawn over time if there's really that many piling up over there. Is there a reason why they're ending up over there? We have all the different directions they go. Like, they can go this direction, they can end up on this side. Maybe I could... No, I can't use this one because I'll click and open this up. Crouching is a little bit different. Well, the trapdoor was just nice because it kind of fit that situation, but there might be a better situation. I used trapdoor in my seagrass farm, and that's why I placed it there. But now I'm thinking we could probably use maybe a cheaper block, because what is the iron trapdoor? Is that 4 iron? Right? Hey, house chicken. There's 29 of them piled up there, and I don't think I'd use all those. I only use one, and sometimes 2 pop up there. Unless we block this side off, so less items fall here. Because this side technically doesn't need... So now there's only one side which I can get stuck on, which is that side. And I could... I guess I can't... No, I don't want to stand there. Don't matter where I stand here. As long as I aim properly, should be pretty similar. Hopefully we don't... This would save this hopper too. I wouldn't have to put a hopper there. If I can get this to work. Yeah, it looks much better now. Okay, so it looks like since I blocked out one side, less items are hanging up on the side. Therefore, less items are needed for me to be picked up in order to recycle them, in order for them not to despawn. I'm picking them up from offhand every time I place one. They get priority over the new items. Yeah, I think this will work. That's awesome. We can save a hopper by doing that. Right click on the banner. Maybe as an option. So you actually need to click on a block that you can actually place stuff on. It can't be like a sign. It can't be that type of block. I don't know how a banner would act. I guess a banner would work just fine. But I kind of want to block all the holes. Banners don't block holes. I think we'll do this. That's why I like to try new ideas. Because look at that, we just made it cheaper. We just made it 4 iron cheaper. No, 5 iron because of hopper, and 2 or 4. That's 9. Yeah, I don't see anything else. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's go back to the tutorial. Soul sand top. We're trying to not use a hopper. Plus, we don't want to use soul sand because it's easy to break. That's why. So now I think how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put the water over here, right? And then water over here. And bounce up and down. Then we put the chest in the hole over here. Should be fine. Okay, we'll get rid of that. So I need to talk about placing up against a block that's solid. And after I talk about that, I want to talk about, okay, it still doesn't work, so we need to like move our angle. I think I know what to do now. Okay, let's turn off the AC, turn off the music. Grab a drink, record. Okay. Now we can't click up against the dispenser because we'll just look inside of it. So let's go ahead and place a sturdy stone block over here. Now, when we break it and then we go to place it, you can see that we end up slowly breaking the stone, but we will eventually break it. So we do need to make sure we don't accidentally destroy our farm. Now the reason why it works, not the reason why both the left click and right click work in the beginning, but then eventually it just ends up the right click kind of dominating and end up just is because when the game sees you point at something, it either has to decide to use the right click button or the left click one. And every four game ticks, it will attempt to try one of them. So by looking away and then looking back at the block, we could then have the game choose a different mouse button. In that case, we can actually get it to, which will cause it to sometimes use the left mouse button. Which will sometimes cause it to use the right mouse button once again. And this is the same trick I used in my seagrass farm. But how are we going to make the player move back and forth without actually being here? Because we're trying to make a AFK farm, and the last thing we want to do is actually move our cursor back and forth. We could just move this block out of the way, so every once in a while we pull the block out of the way using a piston, and then we aim, and then the player would just be aiming out at nothing, and then push it back in, and hope we get to have it switch up the mouse buttons. We can also do this with a trapdoor, or we can even have a piston that moves the player up and down, so we're not constantly looking at this block. But all those methods are redstone. But each of those methods takes redstone. Let's see if we can actually do this without using it. By moving the player with bubble columns. So if we just place down a soul sand block down here, and if we make a little teeny water source right beside it, we could come in and have bubble columns right here. So when the player stands partly on top of, so when the player stands inside them, he'll be bouncing up and down. All without having to use any redstone. So now if we hold right click and left click, you can see that we're automatically reset, and we can have it farm up. We can have the system automatically reset so we can continue farming. We can have the system automatically reset so we can continue farming. But you guys might have noticed another problem we're having. We're actually just planting a little one in here, and we're actually you guys might notice that there is still a problem. Sometimes we're just planting the fern in, and as soon as we plant it, we just end up breaking it. without giving it time to actually grow to a large one. This is because I'm constantly actually aiming at this lower block here, so as soon as I plant it in, I'm out. I could accidentally break it before it grows into a big one. Now this is where we have to use the hitbox sizes. Notice that when we plant in a little fern, the hitbox is smaller than the actual lower block down below. But when we come in and it gets bone meal, all of a sudden it becomes wider. Now it's the exact same width as the block below. So if we came in here and if we aimed like right here, we planted in a fern, notice that if we would try to break it, we're not actually breaking the fern because the hitbox is over here. But once it grows up, now we're inside of the hitbox, and if we go ahead and break it, we would automatically harvest it without having to worry about prematurely harvesting the little one. So if we hop back here in our bubble columns, we are kind of moving all over the place. Sometimes we're aiming at the little one, sometimes we're aiming at the block, sometimes we're aiming at the air below, and sometimes we're aiming at the air up, and sometimes we're aiming at the air beyond. So what we need to do is we need to make it so the player is not moving so much and keep the player. So to do this, we're going to come in and we're actually going to place a block just over top of the. We're going to come in and place a block just over top like this. So now if we stand between the water and the glass block, our head will bounce off of it. And we won't move so sporadically. Now you can see we're easily able to aim just at the stone and the air beyond it. And since we're using the mud block, which is actually smaller than a normal block, if we do F3 and B, we can see that the player is still touching the water, which wouldn't work if we were standing on a full block like this glass over here. Now if we go ahead and turn it on, we can see that we're able to place and destroy. We're able to place and harvest very easily. But now we run into another problem. That is, items are falling all about this place. Let's come in and place in some blocks so that the items don't fly out. On this side where we have the water, we can't just completely block it off, otherwise the player won't be able to actually bob in it. But we can come in with something that is slightly smaller. So that the player has a little bit of themselves touching the water and they'll actually bob in it. We also can't just place a block on this side, otherwise we won't have that air which we need to reset the player's clicking. So instead we'll try to block the majority of this up just by putting a chest in there. We can still aim right through this little hole right over here. Let's also place another chest on top of this one, and that way we pretty much block off any area for the items to fly about, and they should all end up on top of this mud, which will get picked up and placed into the chest over there. Okay. Turn the AC on to cool my room off a bit. Okay, so far it's going really good, the recording part. Let me read chat. I got so into recording, didn't take a break. Hey Chosen One, great to see you in chat. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit that follow button, little heart just underneath the stream. That way you guys count as a follower and get us ever closer to the goal of 45,000 followers. And if you do follow, you also get some lovely emotes. Thanks everybody who's been clicking that follow button throughout the stream. Day's going pretty good. Got a lot of big ideas, I just never have time to do them all. Also got literally here. Chosen says supposed to be sleeping. Uh-oh. Chosen says, hi, I like your content. What are you building? Check the title. Hey, Ant Plays, welcome in. Have I seen redstone computers in Minecraft? Yes. Yeah, I can't remember what exactly is the definition of a computer. I think it needs to have... Everybody's definition is a little bit different, but I think it has to have memory and what else? CPU of some sort, maybe a screen. I wonder if probably someone already done it, but you could probably do like the smallest computer in Minecraft. And it would probably just be, you know, just something like a single lamp, single memory switch, and maybe a single redstone component that calculates something. Kind of depends what your definition of computer is. But yeah, this is going really good. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab more water. And then I think the next part is to kind of explain the bone milling parts. While I grab water, make sure you guys are following me on my other social links. Also got a TikTok there. I'll be right back in a minute. And then we should be able to finish this tutorial, which will really help me for our upcoming video. Alrighty, hopefully all you guys check out my other social links and follow me there. And grab some water. Okay, so we recorded, talked about the block, air, bubble, items flying about, I think what I talk about next is the bone mill. I guess we also need to put a door in probably. You can't really get into the farm. So let's do that, and then I'll talk about other things. Talk about the door, the bone mill, and then I'll talk about shears, I think. Is it shears? Because of the shears, it's not infinitely automatic. That's okay. I don't really have a system to give the player more shears. How much durability do they have? 238. That means you're gonna get 238 ferns. Right? Because you place down a fern and then bone mills it. You only technically get one extra fern every time. So 1 durability. And about unbreaking, mending, if one did that. I guess in the future, maybe they should come out with an enchantment that makes it so you don't accidentally break the tool. I'm pretty sure they'll come out with that in the future. It's kind of like the next thing, like, right, there's mending, which automatically repairs it, but then there's something that prevents you from accidentally breaking it. So you can have, like, shears. Darkseid's got a question about transferring mobs through the nether. They spawn in the nether, they port in 2-3 blocks outside the portal. Oh, they probably got shoved. They got moved. Unless you're a modded server. So if you guys need help with something, you can always ask in my Discord help channel. And if someone doesn't respond to you, you can ping me. Okay, I think I'm ready. Turn that off. Turn off the music. And make sure I'm recording. Pop. Can't see my recording. Pop. Okay, you can see it now. Okay. And now we have another problem. That is, how do we actually get inside the farm? So on this side, we can actually come in and place in a slab there and remove those 2 blocks there. And remove those 2 blocks. Then stand with our back towards where we want the door to be placed. And if we click, the door is going to be placed just so. So it will block it just like that, but we can move in and out. Now the next problem we run into is this dispenser can only hold so much bone meal. So if we want to automatically refill, we need to place in some hoppers with some extra chests. So if you want to, you can place a hopper on this side as well as on this side, and then you can use these chests over here to actually be part of the system, which is going to fill it up with bone meal. And this is where you can place in the bone meal that comes from any of your different farms. If you want to see all the different types of farms that can produce tons of this, check out this playlist here. I would recommend using my moss block farm. And then we could finish up by placing the lever just over here to turn the farm on and off. Pop, pop, pop. Now let's go ahead and give it a go. We just stand in this corner over here and we aim kind of at the top of this stone over here. And we hold right click and left click. And we can slightly move our cursor around to get ideal location. Which is having it so the player is mostly aiming at the stone, but just barely aiming up and at the air. And just barely aiming beyond, and just barely aiming above the stone once in. And just barely aiming above the stone. And then just barely aiming above the stone. But you can see we run into another problem. That is actually the player shears will eventually break. Now a normal set of shears will have 238 durability. So for every fern that you break, you're going to lose 1 durability. You could add unbreaking onto this, which will make it last 4 times as long. As well as mending enchantment, which you could use to repair it. But it could be a bit risky because if you AFK a bit too long, you could still end up breaking your shears. Alternatively, you could just have a couple different. Oh, okay. Actually, ran out of. I ran out of disk space. Let me check. I should have pointed. Maybe I record more than I thought. Oh, yeah, I did record 7 gigabytes. Okay, let's make some more room. The last one recorded was the 17th minute of the hour. For 5 minutes. Which puts me at 22, which is almost what time it is right now. Okay, so I do need a bit more space. I don't know what to remove. What is this? Oh. Oh, I know I can remove. I have a bunch of footage that downloaded from my videos. Let's delete this. And we'll see if it makes more room. How much does this take up? That. This should be 1 gigabyte. I don't know how much that's going to be. Yeah, I'll have to clean up my computer again. Let's watch this footage and see how it ends. Hey, Mirio. Can't see my recording. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, I recorded for 5 minutes. That's actually quite long. What was I saying here? Alternatively, you could just have a couple different. Okay, that's how it ends. Okay, let me read chat. I missed anything when I was recording. Mirio joined us. IQBE is still in the chat. Also, we got French. Or is it Frank? Is he making a YouTube video? Yes. Yeah, I try to do all my recording on stream nowadays. Just to show you guys, like, it's a longer process than a lot of people think. You're a smart bot. Oh, Mirio doesn't know I were bobbing. Somebody missed my other stream. Hey, right rounds. Okay. So, I'm a little bit short on computer room. I guess I could delete just more footage. Because we're making shorts of my old videos, I have a bunch of my old videos downloaded. I can just re-download them again. Not too hard. Let me make some room. How much room do I got? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna buy another internal hard drive because I'm just really struggling with room and stuff, and it doesn't seem worth it. One time I thought, well, I really don't need that much for my computer because I'm always deleting my footage. But now I'm trying to do more projects at once, meaning I have like more stuff built up. The whole raised grid project is on my computer. And other ones. Okay, so I got 2 more gigabytes loaded up. Freed up. So let's record this. What else should we record? Stream, did my internet drop? I think my either stream dropped or internet dropped. Was anybody in the Discord? Could you tell me my stream dropped or my internet dropped? IQBE says, thought about investing in a little server. I already have servers, right? Like the raised grid server, testing server. Those are provided to me through Basic Hosting. They're down in the description. And because I'm a partner with them and I support them by announcing, talking about their server options, then they give me those servers for free. That really does help me because lets me put more money towards stuff like going to TwitchCon San Diego, which is coming up next month. French says, yeah, making videos is very tedious. Will you show the editing part too? I haven't, but I did watch Slice Lime. He did stream a couple months ago. He was showing the editing process of his video thing. Not only did he record the video on stream, but he also did the editing process. I don't know. It would definitely be a bit more boring than just the recording part. Perhaps do a conversion on those you know are finished. Yeah, I don't actually keep any of my footage after I make videos. I'm starting to make 2 videos, one with the raw footage and one with the edited footage. And that way, if I ever do need the raw footage again, I just download it from YouTube again. It'd be private video, you guys wouldn't see it, but I'd be able to access it. The only thing is that, like, I really don't save that much. And that's why I don't have, like, tons and tons of hard drives full of footage, because, like, all my worlds, I try to just put them online as world downloads. And then I just delete them off my computer. Stream dropped for a second. Was anybody in the Discord voice call? Could they tell if my internet dropped, or just a stream? He meant file server, not Minecraft server. Oh! No, I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be worth it, because you'd be like renting a server online, like a cloud. It'd be worth it better to just purchase external hard drive. I don't know what they cost. They cost like $150, $200. Because over time, you would eventually pay for your own. The only problem is, of course, you don't have backups. You'd have to make your own backups. Oh, NAS server. I don't know if I want to get to that point yet. Maybe eventually. Those are expensive, aren't they? Hey, Cyborg. Yeah, I really don't know too much about that. I do carry backups for my current projects, but once I complete a project, then I don't like keep that. What I should do is I should just upload more to YouTube. They're just private videos. I can upload those, and then if I ever need that footage, I can just pull it off YouTube. One problem I do run into, if I do try to use some kind of like free website or something, they always have, you know, limits on how much you can store. So I eventually fill that up. And I'm currently already having that problem when it comes to world downloads. I already went through like 10 gigabytes worth of world downloads, which is quite a bit because my worlds are usually kind of edited down, cropped down, so there's not so much size there. But now I'm already working on another 10 gigabytes. But yeah, I don't know what, like I watch videos about people's solution, they always say like, oh yeah, you just get tons of hard drives. Okay. Let's talk about the shears, and then what are we gonna talk about? Then we can do some other recording, I guess. Shears. Cheers, and then I could do like, I guess they're talking about rates. I don't know what the rates are. Clicky!
School totally not 100% stressful.
Thank you so much, Clicky. Clicky came in.
Not 100% stressful.
Come in using your Prime. 8 months worth of sub. Thank you so much for 8 months. That's crazy. If you guys don't know if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, or if you know someone that does have that, make sure to use that each and every month on Twitch sub. That way you give out essentially free money to your favorite streamers. And you also get all the perks, which you can check them all out doing !sub. That's exactly what Clicky did there. But you do have to do it manually each and every month, so don't forget to do that if you have it. It's a great way to support me. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and if you guys would like to get it for free, there's a video right there in chat. Shows how you can actually get Amazon Prime for free. So essentially you can get Twitch sub for free and access to stuff like Raise Grid, where you can play on the server with me. IQBE says you can also just convert a NAS, actually also a budget option. Can you kind of turn anything to a NAS? I don't really know much about it. Binky says they got one for $250. It has 2 bays. 1.4 gigahertz quad core, 2 USBs. I don't know what the LAN thing is. You got memory, 1 gigabyte of memory. Are you talking about, is that external, or is that like a backup hard drive? And what IBQ says. What's IBQ? The main thing I need for a hard drive is it needs to be relatively fast spinning speed, because when I'm editing, all those files are constantly being used. So I think it needs like, you know, at least 7,000 revolutions per minute. PC with a lot of hard drives, so yeah, basically any PC will do. They're separate physical hard drives? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should get, because I currently have a 1 terabyte internal hard drive. And I thought, well, if I get a 4 terabyte, that would probably solve my problem for a long time. But I didn't know if I should have it with a faster speed than my current ones, which is like 7,000. Let's record this last part. Ooh. Okay. Stop the music. Okay, turn off my AC. Recording, start. Alternatively, you can just use some iron in order. Alternatively, you can just use some iron to make several pairs of shears and switch them. And switch between them when needed. It's not easy to automatically give the player a new pair of shears because the ferns that the player collects will then just fill up the slot where the shears are supposed to go into. Okay. So what else do I need to talk about? We could talk about the ferns and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Ferns can be used as a vegetational decoration, and with bone meal you can get the big ones. You could also have a flower pot and place them inside of that. For some lovely decoration. Okay, I don't know if any other uses for ferns. Decoration and other thing was vegetation. Is there like another word? Oh my goodness, they still get stuck in these things. Vegetation. Item frame, it also. Does it look special in item frame? Would be another use. Don't look too bad. I don't know, I'm not very creative when it comes to decorations. I don't know if I should mention that because I don't know what to say about it. As an array of hard drives configured in a RAID setup, this basically means that they are all linked in a way that makes it possible to lose a drive without losing any data. Yeah, I understand that part. I just understand. Do they actually have to be physically, you have to have like multiple physical drives, right? Because then if one actually physically goes bad, then other ones pick it up. Does a large one look different in a pod? That's a good question. I don't think you can put the big one in the pot, can you? Hmm. Can't put that, can't put that, can't put that, no. Frame for that sake. Oh, okay, try the big frame. That's what that looks like. I mean, it looks nice. If you could do invisible frames in survival. Multiple drives most commonly is 3, okay. Okay. What do they call that when they add like little grass and stuff around the house? Do they just call that vegetation? Do they call it floral? Call it decoration. Exterior. They do look different, perhaps worth mentioning. They cannot place a large one in the pot. I didn't really talk about too much about the large one. Sometimes you want to talk about more of the positive things than the negative things. Like, you kind of say like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. But that doesn't always help people. Use the term vegetation. IQB says, you can ask me if you have any questions about the server stuff. Oh, nice. Keep you in mind. I always have questions about that kind of stuff. What was the other thing I want to do? I think I want to do the intro. I don't know exactly how I want to do intro, but I can record the audio. Not sure what images I want to put up on the screen. I want to talk about like the farm everything thing. Farm everything thing. What else? Yeah, this is why I kind of record the easy stuff first, because then it's hard to think of other stuff. Or I just record it as I think of it. So maybe let me record the intro or something. I want to say something like, I'm on a quest to make a farm. I'm on a quest to design a farm. My quest to create automatic farm for everything in Minecraft. Let me record that. Pa. I'm on a quest to farm. Okay. I'm on a quest to create an automatic farm for everything in Minecraft. I try another time or do it again. Okay. I'm on a quest to create an automatic farm for everything in the. I'm on a quest to create I'm on a quest to create an automatic farm for everything in Minecraft. Okay, so I'll probably start out with that. Then I'll go in, I'll probably do that as kind of like an intro to kind of get people interested about it, and then switch over to saying, hello there, Ray here. And then get like right into the video. Maybe I'll think of some other things to put in between there. Godly says, farming weird items. Could be title. I think about doing a separate farm for each of these. Doing a separate video for most of them. And both ferns can be bone mealed using a composter. Yeah, I did kind of mention that during the putting in the bone meal. Like I said, yeah, you can hook this up to a bone meal farm. I do have a whole playlist over all different types of bone meal farms. But then I also recommended the moss one, which I think is the best. Grass fern farms, right, since they are almost the same. They are the same, but they're also not. I thought it might be funny to do like a touching grass kind of farm. But it's like touching, it's not grass like the grass block, but the grass item. And then that way I could do like a farm on it. Might be kind of a fun title, touching grass. I think maybe I'll do the second part of the intro being, hello there, Ray here. And ferns are not easy to farm. Something like that. Something like, farming up ferns is not easy to do. Let me just try it. Might sound kind of funny. Okay. Hello there, Ray here, and farming up ferns is not easy to do. Let's do the outro as well. After I kind of finish the video, probably go right into saying, you can see how I made, you can see all the other farms I made. You can see all the other farms I made on this document. I don't know, it just doesn't sound quite right. You can see all the other farms I designed on this document linked below. This playlist here. in this playlist here or document linked below. Maybe I'll say that. On a document. I want to say the document. Because it's a specific one. I've been having a lot of problems with vertigo recently. I don't know, because I changed my diet or what. The last whole week I've been having vertigo. Vertigo is like when you get really dizzy and it feels like you're gonna tip over. I've been trying to do less computer screen time, but it hasn't really been helping. Hopefully I don't have to go to a doctor. I don't like going to hospitals. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that intro or the outro. Check out all the other check out how making a farm everything in this playlist here or in the document linked below. Let's give it a try. Okay. Check out how I'm making a farm. Check out how I'm designing a farm for everything in this playlist here or in the document linked below. And then I'll probably talk about the other playlist, which will probably be maybe the bone meal playlist. I'll say something like, or check out this playlist about great ways to make all the different ways you can make bone meal farms. Or okay, or check out this playlist all about how you can get tons of bone meal. Or check out this playlist. Or check out this playlist. Or check out this one. On all the ways to get tons of bone meal. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And then I'll probably continue. Maybe I'll talk about, usually toward the end of the video, it's a time period where give people opportunity to click on the playlist, so then they end up watching more of my videos. So it's always good to give opportunity to like click on the playlist and watch more. Otherwise, they would just click on some other video on the sidebar. So And then I usually talk about some other things, like thanking people for subscribing or reaching different milestones. Which we are really close to reaching a milestone, right? Where's the subscriber count? Yeah, we're only 300 subscribers away from reaching 360 subs. Let me mention that. Something like that. Well, Iron Golem came over here, checking everything out. And we're getting ever closer to 400,000 subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody who's hit that. I just want to thank everybody. I just want to thank you for hitting that button. So I just want to thank you for hitting. So I just want to thank you for clicking that button. Usually the outros are like 20 seconds long. So I have to try to give them around 20 seconds worth of things to talk about. Couldn't mention how, as when I look at people's comments, I can actually see who is subscribed and who isn't subscribed. Which might be something worth mentioning. A guy says, would be willing to randomly shout out a commenter who is subscribed. That's a good idea. I do have a little image that shows like subscribed, not subscribed. I could change that comment out and show like somebody new and more recent every time. Have to be meaningful comments, so I have to edit that, put in more something meaningful. Young Lou says, "You are so underrated." Well, thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. If you guys ever want to help me out, best way to do that is just let other Minecrafters know that I have amazing farms and contraptions. They can check them all out on my YouTube channel. That's the best way to let people know, just show all the different cool things I've done. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit that follow button. Little heart just underneath the stream. And it's free, yeah. Could also mention that. Doug says, you are like so cool. Okay, thank you. I think everybody's kind of cool in their own way. Let's see, I'm just trying to think of the different options. Yeah, it'd be cool. Do that. One thing I see, like the more successful YouTubers do, is sometimes like ask people to subscribe like in the middle of their video, or when they're doing something like kind of tedious, or like something's like sped up in the background. That way it's not like people aren't gonna like try to like fast forward it or just skip over it. Cliffhanger before climax of the video. Yeah. I'd have to really think about that. Cliffhanger before. Are you saying ask for people to subscribe during right after a cliffhanger? Like, okay guys, we're gonna try out the farm and see if it works, and then it's just like, okay guys, you want to ask them to subscribe. I think people would just fast forward that if that was the case. They want to see a cliffhanger. Sub plug. Hey Black Crows. If you finally managed to catch a stream, welcome in. Make sure to hit the follow button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Don't forget guys, during the whole month of SUBtember, subscriptions are cheaper, 20 to 30% off. So take advantage of that if you guys would like to support me financially. We're trying to save money up to go to TwitchCon San Diego next month. Every little bit does help. I appreciate everybody helping out with that, either with subs, bits, or donations. Modern age instant gratification culture. Nobody waits on a cliffhanger anymore, said Godly. True. I mean, if it was like a television show where they forced like ads in front of you kind of thing. You know, you could do it that way, but I think you'd probably upset people too. I think I read somewhere like in England, it's actually against the law to like leave a cliffhanger and then put ads and then show the rest of it. This villager, he's working hard. So I'll just do some outro and then I'll listen to it afterwards maybe when it comes to editing. I'll see if I keep it out. Let's try that one. Okay. And thanks to each of you who've hit the subscribe button, as I can see who is subscribed and who isn't in my comments. We'll try that. What was the other one you said? Oh, okay, yeah, you said that. Now I can put that up on screen, the comment. Yeah, because I know like Etho, he reads off a comment at the end of his Let's Plays. I think that would be too distracting for my type of video, because it's kind of unrelated. Because I might be reading a comment that's about a different farm or something. Unless it's a very general question. Have a good one, IQBE. Hope to see you in the future. Maybe I'll get in contact with you and see if you want to edit this this video actually gonna be relatively short. I mean, it's not gonna be as short as doing like a short video, but it's gonna be definitely more of a straightforward video compared to some of mine. Jay says, today I'm gonna be yelling at the top of my lungs while doing most atrocious and unoriginal Minecraft challenge. But before we get to it, let's thank our sponsor. Are you going to try shout out thing in the video you're making? If I remember, Godly, I'll probably change out the comment because I already have it like kind of made. I just change it out with a different comment. Yeah, I can put up at the end of my screen where other ones pop up. But remember, when the playlists pop up on screen, they do take up a lot of the screen area, so you can't really read what's going on too much. So that's one reason why I don't put up a lot of stuff at the end of my videos, because those clickables take up a lot of room. So I'd have to kind of like move stuff around maybe. For some reason, YouTube does not let you move those boxes very much. So I'm gonna have to like move my box around, try to make it fit in there. Oh, you're going on vacation? Nice. Have a good one. I'll get a hold of you about maybe some other short. I just get amazing feedback from my viewers when it comes to my videos, like just by asking about doing the short thing. I got so much great feedback. Huh, I wonder how this would work here. So they got pumpkin, and then they got... The pumpkin would never grow, right? That's a pumpkin. So this one's able to grow because it's not farmland. But like as soon as they harvest it, it's automatically going to plant it again. So you can't really get a pumpkin there. You need a dirt block for it to be placed. Okay. What else can I say? I could do the outro thing. Let's throw that away, and this, that, offhand. I say something like, thanks for leaving a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for leaving a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Oh, that's pretty good. And I'll have to figure out the intro thing. There's some other things I'd like to mention, like... Well, I mentioned, like, this farm is actually based off of my seagrass farm. Some people are like, I've seen this farm before. I'm like, yeah, it's based off my old one. I also mentioned stuff like, make sure to give me credit, because some people think I'm just showcasing a farm. They don't know that I actually designed these farms. So I have to kind of like fit that in there without like disrupting the flow of the video. He says, it's been 100 days. The homeless person on an incredibly realistic mod pack that makes you feel like you are a radio CEO. Come up with the craziest ideas. Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. Make sure you follow my other social links. Alrighty. I'm back. AC's cooling off my room again. So what I'll probably do is probably edit down everything that we did today for recording, and see how long the video is. Sometimes after I see what I recorded, I can see like, oh yeah, I missed talking about that, or missed talking about that. I see how it goes, get a feel for it. And then I'll often come back and then record some more. Because I could just never think of everything in the first go. And rather than trying to stump your brain, figuring out something you might have overlooked, it's best to just kind of play it and then see if it makes you remember anything. We'll need something like material list and that kind of thing. Maybe we'll do that Friday stream. I do like to get my videos out on Friday morning, which means if I was to do this video, I'm going to be able to stream it. But I've been having problems, like I said, with vertigo, so I have been trying to limit how much talking to. Hey Kim, how goes it? You just wake up? I don't have a time zone clock for New Zealand. I have one for India, I have one for Scotland, I have one for local time. How you doing there, Kim? Do we have any stream mods in the chat? Not sure. I'll give a shout out to Kim. Yeah, if you guys know who Kim is, she's an amazing builder here on Twitch and also on YouTube. You guys can check out her live streams with that link right there. Drop her follow when she goes live. You guys can check her out. She's been doing more building in survival, but she also does really well-known big builds. She helped with different mod packs as well for their building, like Vault Hunters. Pretty cool. Brings a lot of excitement and energy into her streams as well. What have you been working on recently, Kim? I know you've been doing your hardcore thing, RTX, bingo. Wait, that one you have viewers can join, right? Is that also your RTX? Drinking coffee. I don't like coffee. Seems like coffee is a common thing that adults drink. It's 9 a.m. Okay. Got your morning routine completed. Ugly says now make a large fern farm. We did record that earlier in the stream. We recorded how you can't really farm those as items. I guess, Kim, I just recorded my video for my tutorial on my fern farm. It's really simple. We actually managed it to make it even a bit more simpler during the stream. That's something I like to do on stream, is like do the actual recording of the video. And my viewers can point out questions that might be good to answer, because then people will probably ask me in the comments and I can save myself from having to type different comments if I answer in the video. So I always really get a lot of amazing feedback from streaming. Oh yeah, his name is Binky. I think that's so funny. I'm trying to think, what is one of the Pac-Man called Binky, or is it Blinky? I can't remember. They have really weird names. They have like Inky, Blinky, Dinky. You guys have funny ones. Kim said, got hooked on coffee when I was 15? What? Dude, I think there's like, I think parents like don't let their kids even have anything with caffeine, or, well, I shouldn't say that. Don't let their kids at least drink coffee when they're that young. God, says, in the video, did you say how to get too tall grass? Yes. No, we just talked about just the ferns. We'll talk about the grass, Godly, when we do the grass farm. But thanks for reminding me. Tiger, there's lots of it there. It's Blinky, okay. Pretty close. He's working in a cafe. Oh. That's a tough one. My sister tried to get me hooked on coffee, and I'm like, nope. Not doing that. It's funny because like when you're hanging around your siblings, each sibling has like something, right? And they're always like trying to get you hooked on it. Like, oh, why don't you, you know, drink some soda or something? And it's like, nope, I'm not. I don't drink sugary drinks. Oh, the comment shout out. Yeah, you can message me, Godly. Just send me a message on Discord. That will probably remind me. Then sometimes I read messages on Discord, but then I forget to reply to them, or I forget to do them. So then, that's funny. Okay, but yeah, hopefully, maybe I'll put the video out on Saturday. I've been trying not to rush my videos more recently. I've been trying to get like a week ahead, so I'm not always so behind when I upload. Because otherwise, I really stress about getting it out on time. Like the best time for me to upload is Friday morning. It just does the best. Has all weekend for people to actually see it, despite what YouTube says. Water, thanks. Yeah, my throat is getting sore, but we have been streaming for almost 3.5 hours. Parts of the contain music as you forgot to perhaps redo that part. Yeah. Oh, if Kim is still here. Kim, do you know how it's possible to play music on your stream, but when you record, it doesn't actually record the music? Somebody was showing me how to do, or explaining that to me, but I didn't really understand it. Can't remember which streamer it was. It might have been Jessie Mom. Might have been her that she was doing that. I was just like, it just blew my mind. Separate on the OBS is one take. I do have my audio and my computer's audio separate, but I don't have that specific game. Maybe there's a way to do that. Not sure how to split audio, but I know a few streamers do it. Yeah, I think what they're doing is even something crazier yet. I think if I just had a separate channel for in-game noise versus blah blah blah, or maybe I could just make it so it just records the audio from just in Minecraft, because the only scenario where I wouldn't want that to happen is if I'm in a Discord voice call, then I want somebody's voice call to be recorded, maybe like on Raise Grid. But yeah, it's probably not difficult to do that kind of thing. I just don't know how to do it. You know, it's like anything, right? It's like riding a bike. Riding a bike's difficult until you know how to do it, and then it's not difficult. Why does it sound like there's a fan on? Because there's a AC fan on right behind me. It's on low fan setting, but it's still loud. I turned it off when I record, but otherwise my room does get really warm. There's a sun beating right down in my room. But yeah, I think we're good to go on this. The next step would be to edit it down and see how long the video is. If it's close to like 8 minutes or 10 minutes, if I reach those timestamps, then I can introduce like ads at the end of the video, which does help out. Because like I know people are like it's a lot easier not to like financially support somebody, but it's a lot easier to like just watch ads. At least that's how I think. Because I'm like, oh, I'd rather just watch ads than actually go through the whole payment thing. Beaky says, I can send you a DM, Ray. You can look into these things if you want at some point. Yeah, message me on Discord. My DMs are open. Everybody's always surprised when they DM me, and then like it's open. I had one of the Mojang developers DM me. They're like, "Can you turn your DMs on so we can talk?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're always open." But yeah, I'm really impressed with this farm. It turned out really well. That's what I love doing. Like going into this, I thought, okay, I could just make it just like my seagrass farm. But I was able to make it so much simpler and nicer and compact and cheaper. So I'm really happy with it. Hopefully I can get that video out by Friday or Saturday. I like to say Friday, but I don't want to rush myself. I still have to do like a thumbnail, a title, which takes a lot of time. Like as much time as you spend like recording the video and all that stuff, you should spend the exact same amount of time on your title and your thumbnail, which is mind-boggling, but that's what the best YouTubers do. I've been asking a lot, talking with a lot, as you guys know, I do talk with a lot of different YouTubers, and they give me a lot of amazing advice. I just need to be better at actually taking the time to implement that. But yeah, let's find somebody to raid. So we're gonna find somebody to raid, so stick around so we can raid as a big party. In the meanwhile, as I get that set up, make sure you check out my other social links there on screen. There are also links in the chat. Follow me on my other social links. YouTube, make sure you also hit that bell notification. Also join my Discord. We're trying to reach the goal of 7,000 members, so I really appreciate it if you just click that join on over there. Also got Twitter at RaysWorks. Got a Reddit where I post my different contraptions throughout the different communities. Also RaysWorks _ over there. Got Patreon if they want to support me financially, help me get to TwitchCon, which is just in a month. Appreciate all the financial support with donos, subs, bits, or even Patrons, which I do offer rewards for that, including access to Raise Grid. I also have a PayPal for donations, and more recently I got TikTok. Click that link there. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Check out what I posted over there. If you guys enjoy TikTok. Let's see. Actually, we're just talking about Jessie Mama, and she is actually streaming. She hasn't hopped into Minecraft yet, but looks like she will be playing it. Man, you guys complain about me talking before I start my stream. Jessie's been going on for 40 minutes and she hasn't started Minecraft yet. Some people go their whole stream without actually doing any gameplay. Okay, let's get that raid started. We're gonna be raiding Jessie Mama. She is going to be playing some hardcore Minecraft. I guess she's already at 6,000 days in her hardcore world. That's kind of crazy. Didn't know she progressed that much. So join us, guys. Make sure you guys all join in for the raid. Oh, Kim is still here. She'll be joining in the raid as well. We're raiding Jessie Mama. She has hardcore world going. She got some other worlds I think she got going as well. But this one, she hasn't died recently. She's been getting much better and not dying in her hardcore world. we'll hop in over there and see what she's doing. She's also streaming bingo, so she might be doing bingo. I don't know if that's Minecraft bingo or just normal bingo. See what she's all up to over there. As always, when we do these raids, make sure to copy